What's going on, Socialites, and welcome back to another Global Pokemon Society Draft League battle. It's week number 3, and we got the 2-0 Paris Saint-Germignon taking on the 1-1 Phoenix Primals. Phoenix last week gained their first win ever in the major leagues. Remember, this is our minor league champion from last season. We'll have to see how they do against a very strong veteran in Andrew and the PSG. PSG currently find themselves in second place with a very nice 2-0 start. A nice differential as well. Let's see if they can keep this up. Looking for a strong season reminiscent of their season 5. And they only lost one match all season. Let's see, as the Primals lead off with Dusknoir and Steelix. Definitely a Trick Room setup here, and PSG leads off with their sand duo of Garchomp and Hippowdon. Garchomp not in the best position here, just because of how it matches up into Steelix. Just not a lot of damage it can do. Goes for the wide guard, Steelix does, so trying to prevent like an earthquake or a rock slide. So that was a nice play. Garchomp, though, is going to go for that Dragon Claw, get some damage off onto Dusknoir. And Hippowdon with the Roar is going to prevent that Trick Room. So a really nice play there from Paris. And forces out Togekiss. Probably not what Paris wanted to see. That is pretty annoying for Garchomp here. Especially with Wide Guard revealed already. Garchomp does have the Poison Jab, though. So that does help. Let's see. Steelix with the Wide Guard again, so good play on Paris' part to not double Rock Slide here. Garchomp with the Poison Jab. Will it be enough to take down Togekiss here? Togekiss can be rather bulky. Not enough to take it down. Togekiss with the Dazzling Gleam. This is a crit kiss. Yeah, and we see that critical hit there on Garchomp. Takes it down. And the Wide Guard is going to block the Rock Slide here from Hippowdon. So Garchomp goes down, not able to pick up any KOs here. Gets some nice damage on Togekiss, but it's just so bulky. Starmie comes out for Paris. This will keep them with the speed advantage here. Primals switching out Steelix. Going into Torkoal, setting up the Sun. Gonna overwrite that Sand right now. And a Protect on Togekiss, so good Protect. That's gonna block the Starmie Thunderbolt, but Hippowdon will get the Yawn off. Meaning that Torkoal, if it stays in next turn, will fall asleep. Togekiss just protected, so it's pretty vulnerable now. Phoenix is gonna retreat with Togekiss. Are they gonna swap out Torkoal as well to try to not have it fall asleep here? No, they do leave Torkoal in. Thunderbolt not doing much to Dusknoir. And Dusknoir dodges this Rock Slide. Let's see if we can get a flinch here on Torkoal for Paris. No, no flinch. So Torkoal is going to absorb this sunlight and get big damage off on his Starmie. Will it be enough for the KO? Yep, Starmie goes down in one hit. So the Primals find themselves up 4 Pokemon to 2 in a real good position here. Torkoal does fall asleep though. Paris not able to swap out Hippowdon now to reset the weather. Oh, another swap out here. Going back into Steelix. Interesting. Shadow Ball from Rotom. Getting some nice damage down to Steelix. The Rock Slide connects on both this time. And a crit on Torkoal. Torkoal, of course, still asleep. That is its first sleep turn, so does have the chance to perhaps wake up on this next one. Steelix with the wide guard. Rotom gets a Shadow Ball off into Torkoal. Will it be enough for the KO? No, Torkoal stays alive. Gets a special defense drop. And Hippowdon with the Yawn's going to make Steelix drowsy. So Hippowdon doing some good work here. Torkoal stays asleep. So a real nice turn there for Paris. They're going to need turns like that to come back from this 4-2 deficit. But they are whittling away at Phoenix. Steelix switching out, going into Dusknoir. Doesn't want too many of their Pokemon falling asleep here. Shadow Ball is gonna take out Torkoal, and that gives Paris their first knockout of the game. Hippowdon with the Rock Slide, chipping away at Dusknoir. The harsh sunlight has faded. Hippowdon has been able to heal up that entire Dazzling Gleam from earlier in the game. Hasn't taken any other damage since. In fact, I do believe that the Primals have only used 2 offensive attacks, one being the Dazzling Gleam from Togekiss that KO'd Garchomp, and then the other one being the Solar Beam that KO'd Starmie. So the Primals just not able to put on a lot of offensive pressure here to close this out after a huge 4-2 advantage. starting to whittle away here. Rotom with the discharge. That's going to be enough to get a double knockout here. That's going to leave Steelix going up against Hippowdon and Rotom. There is the Steelix. Rotom with Shadow Ball. Hippowdon goes for the yawn. Gyro Ball comes out from Steelix. Big damage on Rotom, but not enough to knock it out. We see the Wiki Berry activate. Bringing Rotom back up into the green. Rotom not wanting to risk anything, goes for the Protect. Hippowdon with the Rock Slide. Will it get the flinch here? No, but the Gyro Ball is blocked by the Protect. And Steelix falls asleep. So that should wrap up game one for Paris. They can just attack here and get the knockout. Rotom Shadow Ball knocks out Steelix, and Paris able to fight back there after dropping down two Pokemon rather quickly. We'll have to see how Phoenix changed things up here in game number 2, as the teams are now deciding what Pokemon to bring for that second game. Just not a lot of offensive pressure for the Primals to close it out after two big knockouts pretty early. And here we are leading off game 2. Phoenix mixing things up, bringing Vileplume along with Torkoal. That gives a powerful after you strategy. As we see here, thanks to Torkoal's low speed, its ability Drought is going to go after the Sandstream, so that means the sun is up. So for those who don't know, if we do see here Vileplume with the Chlorophyll ability, it has a pretty mediocre 50 base speed, but with Chlorophyll that is doubled, so it's usually faster than anything around base 110, around there, which means it's pretty fast if you max out speed in the sun. After you lets it target a partner Pokemon, and then that Pokemon will use its move right after. So if you're targeting a slow Pokemon like Torkoal, you can get your damage off really fast. Oh, interesting here though. Torkoal actually goes for the Protect. So there's no after you. A big Giga Drain though. Wow, that is a lot of damage. And Vileplume dodges the Giga Drain, or excuse me, the Rock Slide from Garchomp. I did not expect that much damage from the Vileplume. Hippowdon goes for the Protect here. And this time we see the After You for Vileplume with the Eruption. Not going to be able to knock out Hippowdon here, but this is a full-powered Eruption. So it does a good chunk to Garchomp despite the resist. And Garchomp with the Earthquake. Whoa, huge damage. Knocks out Vileplume with a critical hit. That's a huge critical hit there. Really giving Paris a lot to work with. Togekiss comes out here. Do have to be very worried about that Dazzling Gleam. Garchomp, of course, if it can connect on double Rock Slide here, should be able to get the knockout. Paris still deciding what they want to do here. Alright, they are going to go for the Rock Slide. Torkoal with the Protect. Have to see, is there a Rock Slide miss here? Oh! Garchomp misses on its second Rock Slide. And Togekiss gets a double knockout here. Very unfortunate. Perhaps Garchomp would have been better served going for that Poison Jab just to get the guaranteed damage onto Togekiss. Now, Paris does still have the speed advantage here. Swapping out Torkoal. We're now into Dusknoir. And Togekiss does Protect. Ooh, and a miss there on the Blizzard. They are in the harsh sunlight. So doesn't get the guaranteed hit here. I think in Paris' case, I would call the switch out of Togekiss and Dusknoir trying to go for the Trick Room here. Okay, there is the Togekiss. I would doubled up into the Dusknoir slot. We are going to see Torkoal come out. Starmie is going to knock out Torkoal here with that Thunderbolt. But I don't think there will be enough damage going into Dusknoir here with the Shadow Ball to knock it out. Let's see. No, you see how little that Dusknoir is so bulky. And there is the Trick Room now. And Paris's advantage for the speed has been taken away now. Starmie could try to reverse the Trick Room here. Perhaps if you protect with Rotom and then try to reverse the Trick Room. That could be the only play. Paris trying to think it out here. You only have 10 seconds, though. Ooh, they panic and go for attacking. There's the Nightshade, which actually goes into Starmie. And Air Slash into Starmie, but I don't think that'll be enough to KO. So Dusknoir does get some damage off onto Poltergeist, and Starmie does get the Thunderbolt off, but again, imagine if Starmie had gone to reverse the Trick Room here. Rotom now is in a position where it can go for the discharge. Poltergeist with a Pain Split, though. This is going to take away a nice chunk of Rotom's health. And here's the Dazzling Gleam, looking for some critical hits. And it looks like it gets them critical hit on Rotom and on Starmie. So down goes Paris in game number 2. That means we will get a game 3 against these two teams. This time, the Primals fighting their way back. Some good switch outs here. Paris just not able to predict the switch outs there at the end. We'll have to see what team makes the comeback in game 3. Paris has brought the same team to games 1 and 2. We saw the Primals try to switch things up a little bit with Vileplume in the second game. Paris is going to switch things up here. Going to opt to perhaps not go with Hippowdon. Let's see how this works out for them. As Phoenix leads off once again with the Sun duo, Torkoal and Vileplume. They're keeping their same team from last game. And we do see Garchomp and Starmie this time paired with it. Starmie switches out, going into Tauros. Intimidate's going off. Doesn't really matter against the Primals team. Torkoal goes with the Protect again, so this is the same sort of sequence they had in game number 2. There's the Giga Drain, which would have been into Starmie. Big damage, though, into Tauros. And they call it this time with the Dragon Claw. Not enough, though, to take out Vileplume. This could be a pivotal turn here. Let's see what the Primals want to do with Vileplume. Eruption. Oh, they switch out Torkoal. Going into Togekiss here. Vileplume with the Strength Sap is going to heal back a lot with Garchomp. Here's the Zen Headbutt, though, from Tauros. Almost enough to take out Vileplume. Wouldn't have mattered, though, as Garchomp is going for that Dragon Claw. So even if Vileplume did get knocked out there, the Dragon Claw wasn't going to do anything to Togekiss. But Vileplume does get knocked out. But it's that Togekiss back on the field yet again. Out comes Dusknoir. Now, you have to think that this will be a Protect from Togekiss and a Trick Room from Dusknoir. I personally would Rock Slide with Garchomp and Zen Headbutt. Let's see who looks like they are going to target into that Togekiss. Again, I think that that is a trap. Let's see if it pays off for them, though. They're doubling into Togekiss. Togekiss goes for the Protect as your reign champion, Ryan of the Boston Braviaries, would correctly predict. And this should basically be the game here as Dusknoir does get off the Trick Room. I think if you had gone for Rock Slide and Zen Headbutt, if you connect on both, very high chance that you would flinch the Dusknoir. Now, Togekiss is going to be able to get off just such big damage with that Dazzling Gleam. There's the Poltergeist. Going with Nightshade. Dazzling Gleam. This should pick up a double KO here. And all in that one turn, we see Paris throw away the game. Not calling the very obvious Protect in that situation. Maybe they have to do what they would not do in game number 2 and go for the Protect and Trick Room here. They didn't use in game 2. Let's see if they can get it to come off here. They're going to go for an attack here. Nightshade into Starmie. Let's see what Togekiss wants to go for. Togekiss with the Air Slash. Starmie was able to survive this last time. Oh, but this time it gets crit. And the Blizzard, not enough to take out Togekiss despite a critical hit. I mean, it really doesn't matter what the teams do here. I suppose Rotom could just try to click Protect until the Trick Room stalls out, then go for Discharge spam. But it does seem pretty hopeless for Paris. Rotom does get the second Protect off, though. So Rotom is trying his hardest. They do get the Trick Room to end, so now they can go for the Discharge. I think you have to go for the Discharge, try to get the Paralysis onto Dusknoir, and the full pair onto Dusknoir. We see there the battlefield glitching as Togekiss and Dusknoir just remove themselves from the game. Togekiss with the Protect. Here's the Discharge. Can it get the Para onto Dusknoir? It does get the Paralysis. Will it get the full Para? It does get the full Para. So that's what Paris needed here. They gotta hope for some more full Paras. There's always a chance. Discharge. Whittling away. Gets a Paralysis onto Torkoal as well. Dusknoir able to get off the Trick Room. But Rotom has both Protect and the full Paras to play with. Let's see as this end game is getting tight. This is the first Protect. Dusknoir is paralyzed. Ooh, they're gonna try to attack. I'm not sure about that play. Maybe they just think it's better, but Torkoal does not get paralyzed, and it will knock out Rotom here with the Flamethrower in the sun. I think I would have just kept clicking Protect, but, you know, you gotta play the odds, I guess. So, the Pits... I almost said Pittsburgh Poltergeist. The Phoenix Primals beating Paris Saint-Germignon. Both teams going to 2-1. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay classy, society.